Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of This Week on iRacing. Now let's kick things off with talking about the Imza series, shall we, as it's one of the most popular series on the service and I like to cover it every week if I can. We are going to Algarve, so we're going to Algarve this week and we can expect quite a hot track. So this track is located in Portugal and it's going to start about midday. And it starts at 23 degrees from every single test session that I have run, and it looks like it's quite clear skies as well. So 33 degrees track temp, and it will rise slightly throughout the race. So in open, it's going to be about 45 minutes, so maybe increased by 2 to 3 degrees. The one you'll probably have to look out for the most is the Imza Endurance Series, which is the 2 hour and 40-minute race. That will be racing at Algarve this weekend. It will be the last one of the actual series as well. So it will be the last round. So yeah, the Endurance Series, because it starts at 12, normally on iRacing, the track temperature seems to increase till about 2:30 in the afternoon. So you'll have 2.5 hours of track temperatures increasing. You might get to about 37, maybe 38. I don't think you'll get to 40 degrees, but we'll see. We'll see. Talking about temperature, though, one thing that will affect it is the rain. Now, there's a 23% chance of rain in the Imza Open setups. Okay, so the 45-minute race has a 23% chance of rain, whilst the Fix and the Endurance have no chance at all. Now, 23% chance of rain is quite low, so we should be okay. Hopefully, fingers crossed, 3/4 of the races that you do enter this week will be dry in the Open anyways. But if you want to completely avoid the rain, then Fixed or the Enduro is the one for you. But yeah, I like Algarve. It's an awesome track. It is a bit of a tyre killer, but it's an awesome track. And I actually think it's pretty decent for multi-class as well. I did a 24-hour race here last year, multi-class, and it was good fun. So yeah, Imza this week is going to Algarve, and there is an endurance race here as well. So fingers crossed you have a good week if you're racing at Imza this week, and yeah, best of luck in the races. Next up then, let's talk about all of the GT3 series sales. So we've got the GT Endurance, the GT Sprint, and the GT3 Fix, which is a Fanatec GT3 Challenge. So, all three series, they always follow each other, and we're going to Hockenheim this week. Now, track temp is expected to be about 28 degrees every time I've loaded into a test session. It's around those temperatures. It may vary by a degree or two, but not by too much. And the sky is pretty damn cloudy. And you can expect some sort of rain in the Open. And definitely some sort of rain in the Enduro this week, that's for sure. So race start time is around 12 p.m. and the chance of rain in the Open is 50%. So half of your lobbies are going to get rain. Now, I know how the rain has kind of worked since it's been introduced to this sim, and when it says 50% chance, I genuinely do believe it's actually a bit more than that. I really don't think that half the lobbies will be dry and half of them will be wet. I generally think it is just going to be, I'd say maybe 6 or 7 times the lobby is going to be wet. I really do. So expect rain quite often, I think. If you want to stay in the dry, then Fix will be the one for you because it's got no chance of rain. And the Enduro has a 40% chance. Again, I would expect that to be more realistically around 50% if I'm being completely honest with you. So yeah, when you load into the sim, the sky is quite dark. It is quite grey. So yeah, when it says 28 degrees, it will be around that, and I don't think it's going to vary much at all. If anything, it may drop. It may actually drop. So 28 degrees might actually be quite high, and it may drop. But yeah, GT3 is at Hockenheim. I'll be honest with you, it's not my favourite track in the world, and I think it's very difficult to overtake in GT3s, and the fact that you're going to have rain this week is going to make it quite complicated and quite deadly. I don't see this being the most popular week in the world for the GT3s, but regardless, that's just my opinion. Some people absolutely love Hockenheim, some people don't like it, like myself, but yeah, that's all the information you need for this one. It's going to be wet, it's going to be wild, but it should be good fun for those that enjoy the rain. Now, for those that enjoy the GT4s and the LMP3s, I think you'd be quite pleased this week because you are heading to Road America, and Road America is very popular on this sim. Many sim racers have the track, and many sim racers like racing around this place. Normally, whenever this track appears on any sort of series, the participation numbers do increase quite a lot. I'm not quite sure why it's so popular. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this place, but regardless, it just does get good numbers. it does get good numbers. But let's talk about the race conditions, shall we? So you're going to start at 8:30 in the morning, so it starts off nice and cool, so low 20 degrees, and it will rise. It will rise because naturally it's first thing in the morning, and you're just going to go later into the day. So it is going to rise, but I don't think it's going to rise too much. It is still, you know, quite early, 8:30 in the morning. So you'll be racing till about 9 a.m. So not really much of a chance for the track temperature to increase. So I really wouldn't be worried about it too much. Now, one thing I would be worrying about if I were you, if I was doing the Open, 37% chance of rain. So there is a good chance that you will have some rain in your race at some point. You'll certainly get some if you're doing multiple slots this week. But yeah, expect this to be quite popular, to be honest. It is, I reckon, going to be fighting the GT3s in terms of popularity, so it should be good fun. And this weekend is the last round of the Sports Car Endurance Challenge, which is the 2-hour endurance races. This is the season where they first debuted this series, the 2-hour races, and I've enjoyed it immensely. So this will be the last round. So if you want to get some more points for your season title, this is going to be the last weekend to do it. But yeah, this should be a good laugh. LMP3s, I always find are a fantastic car, really underrated, a lot of fun. Multi-class racing with GT4s is absolutely fantastic. Yes, you see some deaths, but that's just multi-class racing, baby. It just happens. But yeah, regardless, the LMP3s, GT4s, they are heading to Road America. Should be a lot of fun, and I'll see you out there on track because I think this might be the series that I will be sticking to this week. Well, I say sticking to, be the one I'll be doing the most. But yeah, enjoy. Right, now it's time for the honourable mentions list, and there's quite a few good choices out here, to be honest with you. A few rogue ones as well. GTEs at Detroit, I was not expecting that. But yeah, SimLab Production Challenge, that's going to Interlagos. That will be very, very popular. That should be a good laugh. If you're looking to introduce yourself to multi-class racing, that might be the place to go. Interlagos is an absolutely mega track. I've never known a track that you can just take any car there and have fun. So yeah, that should be a good laugh. Now, the Ferrari GT3 Challenge, not a big fan myself, but it is going to Monza. So expect some very good numbers for that series as well. And as for the Open Formula stuff, you are going to the Red Bull Ring. So the Super Formula Lights and Super Formulas, you are going to the Red Bull Ring. So I expect some very, very good numbers there. The FIA F4 Challenge, so the Open and Fixed test, going to Motorland Aragon. I absolutely love that track. I adore that track, but it just simply does not get the numbers it deserves. It's a fantastic track. If you're a big fan of F4 or never really heard of Motorland Aragon before and want to give it a try, I seriously suggest you do, because I think it is a great track. But there you go. That pretty much sums up this week on iRacing. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, if you did, just make sure you leave a like and maybe consider subscribing at the end to help the channel grow. But thanks very much. Take care. Have an awesome day and the rest of your week. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Ta-da.